Here's your news for September 5th, 2020. And your headlines for today include WWE superstars no longer allowed to do Twitch streaming and Cameo requests. Superstars are livid. Email from Vince McMahon threatening fining and firing WWE superstars over Twitch and Cameo revealed. U.S. presidential candidate Andrew Yang reacts. How much WWE superstars make out of Twitch and Cameo. Shocking money made by 10 earners. Who is the new member of Firefly Funhouse? 2 reasons why AOP were released by WWE revealed. Real reason why Big E was pulled out of the Fatal 4-Way match on Smackdown revealed. WWE teases mysterious superstar and gets fans guessing. When is Elias returning revealed. Former WWE star Al Snow accused of unprofessional conduct towards female trainees, and more. We are kicking off with WWE News today. As with superstars being classed as independent contractors, they have the chance to earn money on the side with platforms such as Twitch and Cameo. But thanks to Vince McMahon, that will no longer be happening. WWE reportedly held a call with talent last Sunday regarding the reinvention of the company's product, and it was claimed that WWE owns both the character names of the superstars and their real names as well. As if this wasn't worrying enough to hear, a letter was sent out on Thursday saying that superstars have a month to end any third-party activities. It reads, "Some of you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company," McMahon wrote. "It is imperative that these activities be terminated within the next 30 days by Friday, October 2nd. Continued violations will result in fines, suspension, or termination at WWE's discretion." As an order from Vince McMahon himself, superstars now have 30 days to stop streaming, taking Cameo requests, or any other third-party deals, which will seriously affect their earnings. Unsurprisingly, superstars are livid about this, as not only will they be earning less, but fans can no longer get personalized videos or hang with their favorite wrestlers on Twitch, though it's unclear how this new policy will affect product endorsements or those who have official businesses out of WWE. Fightful reports that many superstars didn't even know about the change, as they only glanced at the letter, though those who did read it were livid, and shortly after, McMahon sent an email out to the roster saying, "Furthering my comments last Sunday regarding the reinvention of our product, it is imperative that we promote and protect our brand in every conceivable way. Some of you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company. It is imperative that these activities be terminated within the next 30 days by Friday, October 2nd. Continued violations will result in fines, suspensions, or termination at WWE's discretion. These actions are necessary in order to rebuild our brand as we enter the next phase of growth at WWE. I thank you for your cooperation in this matter and for all your efforts toward the rejuvenation of WWE. Vince." Given that this is the same company that suspended Titus O'Neil in 2016 for daring to touch the boss, we're not surprised that superstars will be suspended if they continue to earn with third parties. But that can't make this email any easier to read for the superstars. Good Brothers Digital PR recently dropped a list of the highest-paid superstars and legends on Cameo, with names like Ric Flair and Roman Reigns earning $500 each per short video. Given that Big E charges far less at $125 per video, he is actually WWE's highest Cameo earner, taking home $62,509 for his videos, compared to the Nature Boy's $30,005. When it comes to legends, Bret Hart's $150 videos have earned him $65,710, and we hope you, the viewer, will spare a moment to check out these WWE superstars' side earnings, money they'll no longer have, and you'll see why they have a right to be livid. The list of those earning on Cameo will drastically shorten in 30 days, and though they may be seen as independent contractors, McMahon is not allowing them to take part in activities in the name of what he says is the company's image. This edict by the chairman comes shortly after AJ Styles revealed a positive test during a Twitch stream, and Fightful reports that leaking sensitive info is WWE's reason for the controversial move. It's not just the superstars who are mad, as fans were very vocal online, leading to Vince's name trending on Twitter with over 25,000 mentions, the majority of these blasting the chairman. Mick Foley, who has a Cameo profile himself, said that taking extra money from superstars was, quote, "a crummy thing to do." Renee Paquette, who just left the company, said that it was about time she opened a Twitch or Cameo account, though CM Punk took a different approach, saying that McMahon won't let people do stuff and said it might be the right time for some retribution, teasing that he's leading the Raw faction. Vince's actions have even reached the political world, as 2020 US presidential candidate Andrew Yang swore to help WWE superstars, saying, "If I'm not the Secretary of Labor, I'm pretty confident I'll have his or her number to talk about the ridiculous classification of WWE wrestlers as independent contractors while controlling their name and likeness for years, even for something as benign as Cameo. Come on, Vince, you've already deprived the folks breaking their back for you of healthcare, security, recovery time, retirement benefits, and fair treatment, licenses and royalties. At least let them make a living off their own names. Many of them need it." At the end of the day, superstars don't have to work for WWE, though given the current global situation, they may feel they have no choice, as whilst AEW has provided a legitimate alternative for disgruntled superstars, provided that Cody and the Elite are interested, for many superstars they have no other choice but to tighten their belts come October 2nd. Over to Smackdown now, and on this week's show, Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse will return and introduce a new friend to the Funhouse. Whilst fans may be guessing who this new member is, WWE haven't exactly been subtle, as the next segment after this announcement saw Alexa Bliss apologize to Nikki Cross for smashing her mug, whilst Ramblin' Rabbit watched from afar. It seems obvious that Bliss will become the newest member of the Funhouse, as she's shown great interest in The Fiend in recent weeks, and we'll have to see what this means for the former women's champion on next week's show if she is indeed The Fiend's newest friend. This week, SmackDown also saw a vignette for a debuting superstar air, and though we don't know who the vignette was for, it certainly got fans talking. The vignette saw a single song start playing and high heels walk through purple smoke, as though we don't know who it is, they're definitely female. A popular theory is that this is a promo for Chelsea Green, which is interesting given that she's rumored to be a part of Retribution, and other guesses have suggested Carmella, Vanessa Bourne, or even a debuting Tessa Blanchard. Whoever it is, they've already caught the attention of the WWE Universe, and time will tell who exactly is making their way through that purple smoke. We've got some WWE release news next, as the company has parted ways with former Raw Tag Team Champions AOP, effective today. The last time fans saw AOP, they were two of Seth Rollins' disciples, before an injury to Razor took them both off of TV, and now the duo will have to deal with a 90-day non-compete clause. It's interesting that this release came so abruptly, as we previously reported that there was a big push planned for AOP upon the return, making the release even more of a surprise. Dave Meltzer noted that the WWE and AOP couldn't agree on two things: their pay and any future storylines for the duo, which culminated in their release. On Twitter, Kevin Owens mentioned how he loved every second of working with AOP, even if they did beat him up for months, and wished the boys luck, saying that he hopes to share a ring again with them one day, saying he's got some receipts waiting for them. We'll have to see if Owens gets his wish and faces the AOP down the line, but for now, fans shouldn't expect to see Akam or Rezar realign with the Monday Night Messiah anytime soon. Back to SmackDown now, as Roman Reigns' first challenger for the Universal title was decided, and it wasn't who fans thought it would be. Though Big E was scheduled to compete, he was taken out by Sheamus earlier in the night, and after some influence from Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, WWE found a replacement, Roman's cousin, Jey Uso. As if that wasn't shocking enough, Uso would go on to beat Sheamus, King Corbin, and Matt Riddle, who he pinned after a frog splash to get the win and a shot at the Universal title at Clash of Champions. It's being reported that Big E was the originally planned winner of the match. However, news of Big E winning leaked, and with everybody knowing about it, McMahon got upset and changed his decision to Jey Uso. Instead of picking a big name like AJ Styles or even Jeff Hardy, Vince picked the Uso to add shock value to the match, and it's safe to say that the fans were shocked. With that said, having Jey in the match fits with Roman's heel turn, as he's been all about family for his face run, and what better way to cement the new darker side of the big dog than to have him destroy his cousin on September 27th. Though this was arguably the biggest night of Jey Uso's career, it came at the expense of Big E after he took a white noise drop onto the windshield of a car by Sheamus. In an update from WWE, it was reported that Big E is undergoing tests to see how bad the result of the attack was, and whilst we know he suffered lacerations, fans will have to wait and see what is the condition of the New Day star. Sasha Banks also had a rough night as the Golden Role Models finally broke up, with Bayley beating up the boss around the ring, leaving her a broken mess. In an update from WWE.com, Banks was taken to a local medical facility, and while no details were given about her condition, we are sure that the former Raw Women's Champion will be looking for revenge on her so-called best friend. Over to AEW now, and after Eddie Kingston's huge debut against then TNT champion Cody Rhodes in July, he got a job offer from AEW, but not just the All Elite company. Speaking on Talk Is Jericho, Kingston said that WWE offered him a job in the Performance Center after seeing him in AEW, though he turned it down, saying that if he was to coach, he'd be bitter about coaching in WWE rather than getting a shot on the roster. Saying that he'd be detrimental to the Performance Center recruits, it's commendable that Kingston would turn down an opportunity to work for the biggest wrestling company in the world, though it seems he's more than happy now as part of the AEW roster. Back to WWE now, and fans haven't seen Elias since he was hit by Jeff Hardy's car during the Intercontinental title tournament in May, as it was later reported that the angle would allow Elias to take time off to tend a torn pectoral muscle. On the night of the accident, Elias was meant to face Daniel Bryan after defeating King Corbin in an earlier round, and with an injury like this, the timeline for his return was 6 to 9 months. On his YouTube stream, Sportskeeda's senior journalist Tom Colohue told fans they may not see Elias until December or even early next year. So for now, the former 24/7 champion will keep singing the blues while he's injured. We are looking at wrestling's hottest free agent next, as it's believed that Brock Lesnar will re-sign with WWE in due time, and there's even plans for him once he's back. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that much like Tyson Fury, Lesnar would only return for a huge show, such as a Saudi event or WrestleMania, and he also noted that a possible rematch with Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania is being discussed for next year, though this match may only happen if McIntyre remains WWE Champion. This would conflict with rumors of Randy Orton defending the gold against Edge at next year's Showcase of the Immortals that could nix any current Lesnar plans. Of course, all plans are subject to change given the ongoing global situation, though they are being discussed at the moment, and it's clear that whilst Lesnar isn't under a WWE contract at the moment, the company has high hopes that the Beast Incarnate will return when the time is right. And we're ending today with news regarding Al Snow, as the former WWE superstar is facing claims of unprofessional treatment of female trainees over the years. In a tweet from AEW star Abaddon, it's claimed that Snow asked her to be more attractive so we can book you, and added, "You're too fat to be doing flips. You're not The Undertaker, so stop." Abaddon claimed that her so-called favorite line from Snow was when he told everyone at his training seminar that, "If this was a dildo on a pole match, you guys would actually work better," a line Abaddon claims was said after an on-the-fly tag match. Abaddon added that indie wrestler Heidi Howitzer can vouch for these claims, and though Snow, who currently trains wrestlers and owns OVW, hasn't commented yet, this isn't the sort of publicity the former hardcore champion wants.